Hey guys, it's Bobi aka Paginator, and this is my TBR game for the month of July. So as you might remember, I'm doing something a little bit different during the summertime. I made a TBR bingo inspired by Kaylani at Kaylani Simply Me, and last month I ended up having 18 books on my TBR. It was a lot, but as of right now, we're just a few days away from the end of the month, and I think I'm gonna be able to finish. I had to swap a couple of books out that still fit the prompt, but just to make it work with time-wise and all that stuff, but I think I'm gonna be able to finish. So let's get into the rolls for this month. I'm going to be rolling my 20-sided die. I have to get 10 or more. So if I roll something less than a 10, I'm going to have to roll again until I get 10 or higher. Here we go. 11. That's probably not focusing for you well, but it does say 11, and that is a great number to start with. Here's a look at the bingo board. The ones that are gray are the ones that got used last time. I know that it's hard to see with the glare, but if I turn that light off, we wouldn't be able to see much of all because this room has crappy light. Okay, so this bingo cage, I will probably end up dropping several balls because I was super clumsy last time. And with the way that the camera is, I'm kind of like standing in an awkward angle so that I can show you the bingo board. So I might apologize if I come up and down. I'm trying to save my knees. All right, first roll, 072. That is not on the board, so if you didn't see last time, I have a box with the other prompts that aren't on the board, and I will go look for that one. 072 is adult fantasy. Shoot. All right, roll number 1 got an adult fantasy. I spent a good long time going through my shelves, and I have a couple of adult fantasies, but they are like, I cannot wrap my head around them. I read the synopsis, I read the first couple of pages of each one, and I just cannot get myself excited to read any of them. So we're gonna go with a young adult fantasy instead, because why stress myself out? It's just a game, right? But we're gonna go with Out of the Blue. This is by Jason June, and he wrote Jay's Gay Agenda, if you know that one. This one, yes, we do have a merman on the cover. Can you see that with his tail there? This says, Crest is not excited to be on their journey, the month-long sojourn on land all teen merfolk must undergo. The rules are simple. Help a human with one moon cycle and return to Pacifica to become an elder, or fail and remain stuck on land forever. Crest is eager to get their journey over and done with. Okay, so they keep using they, and there is Crest non-binary. After all, humans are disgusting. They've polluted the planet so much that there's a floating island of trash that's literally the size of a country. In Los Angeles with a human body and a new name, Crest meets Sean, a human lifeguard whose boyfriend has recently dumped him. Crest agrees to help Sean make his ex jealous and win him back. But as the two spend more time together and Crest's perspective on humans begins to change, they'll soon be torn between two worlds, and fake dating just might lead to real feelings. This is kind of fun. Fake dating with a mer person. Sounds fun. Roll number 2. Another 061. This one is on the board, so I'm going to take that and swap it for the gray version so that we know that we have used that. 061 is an author I have read from before. Roll 2 got us 061, an author that I've read from before, and we're going to go with Festergrim by Thomas Taylor. This is the 4th book in the Malamander series, and it is, instead of reading the blurb for number 4, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about this. Harvey Lemon is the main character. He's the lost and founder at the Grand Nautilus Hotel in this town called Erie-on-Sea, and at the beginning, in the first book in the series, a girl wanders into his lost and founder office and says, I have lost my parents a long time ago. Can you please help me? And there's also a mystery revolving a possible sea monster called the Malamander. This series is very vibey, very spooky. Like, the town itself has this personality. There's a really cool library that doesn't work like other libraries. There's lots of fun things. that happen, and I'm really excited to get into the 4th book in this series. Roll number 3. B9. B9 is not on the board. It says a number in the title. Roll number 3, we got B9, and this is number in the title, so we're going to go with The 7th Wish by Kate Messner. You will notice a trend. Most of the books are going to involve the ocean or sea in some way because Sharkathon is coming up, and I'm just in a mood, and it's going to be mostly middle grade. That first book was YA. Not sure if we have anything else that's not middle grade, but I'm excited for it because definitely love middle grade books. Anyway, The 7th Wish. This one says, be careful what you wish for. When Charlie Brennan goes ice fishing on her town's frozen lake, she hopes the fish she reels in will help pay for a fancy Irish dancing dress for her upcoming competition. But when Charlie catches a talking fish offering her a wish in exchange for its freedom, her world turns upside down as her wishes go terribly and hilariously wrong. Just as Charlie is finally getting the hang of communicating with a magical fish, a family crisis with her older sister brings reality into sharp focus. Charlie quickly learns that the real world doesn't always keep fairy tale promises, and life's toughest challenges can't be fixed by a simple wish. This sounds cute. It sounds like it's going to have some funny moments in it. I'm very excited for it. Have I said I'm excited for all the books so far? Roll number 4. B4. B4 is a 2021 release. Roll number 4, we got B4, a 2021 release. Now this one has 2 copyright dates, 2020 and 2021, but we're still counting it. This is The Wolf of Cape Fenn. This came in my most recent middle grade Once Upon a Book Club box, so I will have gifts to open as I read this. I might vlog that experience, I might not. Let me know in the comments below whether you'd be interested in seeing a vlog for the reading of this book with the gifts that come with it and or not. Let's read the back though. Beware the coming of First Frost. First Frost has touched Cape Fenn, and that means Baron Dyer has returned. For as long as anyone can remember, he has haunted the town come winter, striking magical bargains and demanding unjust payment in return. The Starling sisters know better than to bargain, lest they find themselves hunted by Baron's companion, the wolf. And then the wolf attacks Eliza's sister, Winnie. They manage to escape, but they know the wolf will be back, because the wolf only attacks those who own Baron Dyer. Winnie would never bargain, who owe Baron Dyer's, not own, not own him, owe him. Let's see. Winnie would never bargain, so that must mean someone else has struck a deal with Winnie as the price. Eliza embarks on a journey to save her sister, but as she untangles the links between Baron Dyer, the wolf, and her family, she discovers a complicated web of bargains that cross all of Cape Fenn. If Eliza can learn the truth, she might be able to protect her sister, but the truth behind the bargain could put her own life in danger. Roll number 5. G52. G52 is multiple POVs, also not on the board. Roll number 5 got us G52, multiple POVs. Now for this one, we have a book that is called Song for a Whale by Lynn Kelly, and I flipped through and checked, and some of the chapters are from a whale's point of view, and some is from the main character, a little girl. So this, here is a look at the cover. It says, "In a sea of people, be you." Iris is a 12-year-old girl who was born deaf. Her hearing classmates at school aren't good at sign language like she is, so it's not easy to make friends or even communicate with them. Blue 55 is a whale who sings a song that no other whales can hear. Scientists have dubbed him the loneliest whale in the world. When Iris learns about Blue 55 in science class, she knows exactly how he must feel and comes up with an idea. She's going to sing back to him. Will the loneliest whale in the ocean finally be heard? And can Iris show how little determination can make big waves? So far, we've only got one that's on the board. Will this next one be it? And I almost dropped, well, I did drop the ball, but I caught it before it hit the floor. I-21. Nope, not on the board. And I-21 is nonfiction. Roll number 6, we got I-21 nonfiction. Now, I don't have any nonfiction books on my shelves. I looked on Libby to see if there was any nonfiction I was interested in, and I was like, not really. But I do have one that's based on a true story, so we're going to count that. It is Journey of the Pale Bear, and this is based on the true story of a polar bear that lived in the Tower of London. So let's read about this. The polar bear is a royal bear, a gift from the King of Norway to the King of England. Arthur first encounters the bear when he is shoved in her cage as payback for stealing food. Strangely, she doesn't harm him, though she has attacked everyone else. So Arthur finds himself taking care of a polar bear on a ship to England. The journey holds many dangers, and Arthur knows his own freedom, perhaps even his life, depends on keeping the bear safe. When pirates attack, Arthur must make a choice. Does he save himself, or does he help the bear to find freedom? Rule number 7. N31. N31 is on the board. It is right here. The glare is really bad. But we found one from the board. N31 is secret TBR. Rule number 7 got us N31 secret TBR. Now, I'm not going to tell you all about my secret TBR because it's a secret. But I will tell you one of the prompts for my secret TBR is to read a book under 200 pages. This is not the Sharkathon TBR, that's something else, although there's a similar prompt there. But for my book under 200 pages, I have Aquacorn Cove by Kay O'Neill. This is also a graphic novel, so I should be able to fly through this one pretty quickly. So this is the same author as the Tea Dragon Society. Love those. This one says, when Lana and her father return to their seaside hometown to help clear the debris of a big storm, Lana remembers how much she's missed the ocean and the strong, reassuring presence of her aunt. As Lana explores the familiar beach, she discovers something incredible, a colony of aquacorns, small, magical seahorse-like creatures that live in the coral reef. Lana rescues an injured aquacorn and cares for it with the help of her aunt, who may know more about these strange creatures than she's willing to admit. But when a second storm threatens to reach the town, choices made many years ago about how to coexist with the sea start to rise to the surface. Lana realizes she will need to find the strength to stand on her own, even when it means standing up to the people who she's always relied on to protect her. Okay, so we are going to still do that thing where if I get a number that ends with a 5, like 15, 25, and so on, I have to do an extra roll. We haven't hit any of those yet, but now that I've said it, I'm probably jinxed myself. Let's do roll number 8. N39. Oh, we got another one on the board. It is right here. N39 is an audiobook. All right, roll number 8 got us N39, an audiobook. I looked at my priority shelf to what I really wanted to read and then got on Libby. I found the audiobook of this, which is A Whale of the Wild by Roseanne Perry. This says, Vega, when a young orca whale, lives with her pod in the Salish Sea. When a double tragedy strikes her family and Vega and her little brother Deneb are separated from everyone they love, it's up to Vega to keep Deneb safe. Their journey is full of peril and wonder, and Vega and Deneb encounter a giant octopus, strange killer whales, and packs of hunting sharks as they travel into the blue wilderness of the deep ocean. Will Vega be able to protect her brother and find her way home? Will her beloved sea ever be the same again? And it says that this is inspired by the endangered orcas of the Salish Sea in the Pacific Northwest. Okay, are we ready for roll number 9? 067. And that is an adventure. Roll number 9 got us 067, an adventure, and we're going to go with Race to the Bottom of the Sea by Lindsay Eager. When her parents, the great marine scientist Dr. Quayle, are killed in a tragic accident, 11-year-old Fidelia is racked by grief, but she's forced out of her mourning when she is kidnapped by Merrick the Monstrous, a pirate whose list of crimes stretches longer than a ribbon eel. Her task? Use her marine know-how to retrieve his treasure lost on the ocean floor. With the Navy hot on her heels, Fidelia and the pirates close in on the prize, but Fidelia realizes that Merrick doesn't expect to live long enough to enjoy his loot. Will she be able to master the perils of the ocean without her parents and piece together a mystery of Merrick the Monstrous? So, adventure plus mystery. Sounds good. Roll number 10. N41. N41 is Goodreads Scroll. Roll number 10 is Goodreads Scroll. So I'm going to do a screen recording on my iPad, and I'm going to hop onto Goodreads, and I'm just going to scroll until I find a book in the feed that I can choose to read, that I have or can access. Okay, so we saw the Starfell book there, and That's later in the series. I've only read the first one, but I have the second one here ready to go. So we're going to read Willow Moss and the Forgotten Tale by Dominique Valente. I really, really enjoyed the first one. It is about a girl called Willow Moss who has a special talent for finding lost things. And this witch comes to her one day and says, you need to help me find what has been lost, which is a day. It was like the Tuesday before or something like that. And she's like, how could a day be missing? But the more she got thinking about it, she's lost all memory of that day, and so has everyone else. So they go on a quest to find this lost day. And now, apparently, they're going to find a forgotten tale. This particular edition is signed by the author, which is fun. And I'll show you right there. Roll number 11. This should be our last roll, but just because I've said that, watch it be one with a bonus. Knew it. Cursed myself. I-25. We have Instagram scroll. So we're going to be doing a lot of scrolling this time. Roll 11. I jinxed myself and gave myself an extra roll, but that turned out to be okay because secretly I kind of wanted to not be done playing the game yet. It's a fun game. Don't judge me. Anyway, for roll 11, we got I-25 Instagram scroll. Same thing. I'm going to do a screen recording on my iPad. We'll open up Instagram and scroll till we can find something that I can read. I have kind of a weird mixture of followers and stuff, so we might see some non-bookish things, crafty kind of stuff, etc. before we get to a book. Let's see what we can find. All right, so you can see I stopped on that picture of the ACOTAR series, and I've been wanting to reread the first book for quite a while now, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to pick A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas for the reread. So my copy of it's up there, and I don't want to hurt my back. It's already in enough pain, so I'm just going to pop a picture of it right here. This is the first in a series. It follows Feyre, who has to go into the Fae Kingdom due to an animal that she shot and killed. She has to like pay back consequences. She was trying to feed her family because they were very poor and they rely on her. And she ends up having to spend some time with this man called Tamlin. And things happen and it's so complicated, and yeah, you just read the series. If you haven't already, what are you doing? Just go read it. Roll number 12. I-18. And this is random color generator. Roll number 12 got us I-18, a random color generator. So once again, we're going to do a screen record. I'm going to open up the website and we're going to hit the generate 3 times to get our color. Okay, so gray. Trying to find a gray book. I mean, I have Gods and Monsters, which I've already read, that's gray. I've got, I don't know what else that's gray. I've got some that have like gray accents on them. And I couldn't find like a truly gray cover, so I just picked one from my priority shelf that has gray on it. We've got Gray in the Clouds up here. This is the Swallowtail Legacy Wreck at Ada's Reef by Michael D. Beale. 12-year-old Lark Heron Finch is steeling herself to spend the summer on Swallowtail Island off the shores of Lake Erie with her stepfather and his boys. It's the first time she and her sister will have seen the old house since their mom passed away, and now everything is different. Lark's hired to help with the research for a book on the island's oldest resident, Dinah Purdy, and that's when she learns about a tragic boating accident that happened years before. It's something about the crash off Swallowtail doesn't seem right, and then Lark discovers something amazing, something that could change Dinah's life, something linked to the crash and even to her own family's history with Swallowtail. But there are those on the island who would do anything to keep the truth buried in the watery depths of the past. You know what? I'm throwing the rules out the window because I have this weird OCD thing with numbers, and I need it to not be 12 that we end on. So I'm gonna do three more rolls, I think. Is that okay with you guys? If it's not, my game, my rules, I guess. B14. Look at that. We got one on the board right here. This is friend or family pick. Here we decided to add 3 more rolls just because I wanted to keep playing the game and I needed my weird number situation to work out. So roll number 13, B14, a friend or family pick. I took a picture of 3 different books and sent it to my friend Andrea, and she immediately replied with this choice. So thank you, Andrea. This is The Boy Who Met a Whale by Nizrana Farouk. A Sri Lankan fisher boy is swept up in a thrilling seafaring adventure complete with a kidnapping, missing treasure, and a huge blue whale. From the author of The Girl Who Stole an Elephant. And that's all we get to find out. We do see some fun like illustrations on the chapter heading pages, so that's kind of cool. Okay, roll number 14. B15. We're going to let the roll that should come count like for the next roll I was going to do anyway because we're into this weird changing the rules situation. B15 is odd number of pages. Roll number 14 got us B15, an odd number of pages, and usually that would mean that I'd need an extra roll, but since we're playing weird with numbers today, we're just going to count the final roll after this one as that extra one because my brain's weird. Anyway, so odd number of pages. Julia and the shark. There are more secrets in the ocean than in the sky. 10-year-old Julia loves the mysteries of the ocean just like her scientist mother. Her family is spending the summer on a remote island where her mom is searching for the elusive Greenland shark. A creature that might be older than the trees and so rare that it's only been seen a few times. But the ocean is reluctant to give up its secrets, and Julia tries not to worry as her mother returns disappointed at the end of each day. Determined to prove that the shark is real, Julia sets off on a quest to find it herself, armed with a set of coordinates, a compass, and her trusty rain jacket. She soon realizes that there are some journeys you shouldn't go on alone. As Julia comes face to face with the dark and wondrous truths of the sea, she finds the strength to leave the shark in the deep and kick up towards the light. Okay, this is described as a blend of words and art, and I'll show you an example here on this page. We've got some illustrations here and a few words. It should be an interesting read. All right, now this is really going to be the last roll unless we get a number that ends in 5. B13. Priority shelf. And the last one, roll number 15, we got B13, priority shelf. And that is great news. This one is not ocean related, but it is middle grade. This is Green Wild by Perry Thompson. And this tells us Daisy Thistledown is on the run. Her mother has been keeping big, glittering secrets, and now she has vanished. 11-year-old Daisy knows it's up to her to find Ma, but she's being hunted by someone determined to stop her from discovering the truth. The chase will lead her through a hidden doorway into another world, a place that's bursting with magic and enchantment. This is the Green Wild, full of astonishing natural wonders. This land of green magic seems too strange to be real, but Daisy quickly realizes that it holds the key to finding her mother and that someone wants to destroy it. Daisy must band together with a botanical genius, a boy who can talk with animals, and a cat with an attitude to uncover the truth about who she really is. Only then can she channel the power that will change her whole world and save the Green Wild itself. And this is the first book in a new series, so that's fun. All right, my camera's getting really mad because apparently it's had to work too hard today and it's getting hot. It's summer, deal with it, camera. But I should probably wrap things up anyway. We made it through the books. We've got 15 great books, mostly middle grade, to read in the month of July. Let me know what your plans are for the month of July as far as reading goes, or if you have anything exciting coming up, I'd love to hear about that as well. And have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.